So with this, we have to understand the difference between sandhi and samasa. The sandhi takes place between sounds. It is just the sound joining, coming together. We have seen extensively what is a sandhi. That is why the sandhi chapter was covered in the beginning itself. Sandhi is a varnatmaka karya and it takes place between sounds. It is a varnatmaka karya. It is a karya that occurs between two sounds, which are called as varnas or which manifests themselves into varnas or letters. Whereas samasa is an activity that occurs between words. So this is the main difference between a sandhi and samasa. But in the case of a samasa, if the letters present in a samasa join in such a way that sandhi can occur, sandhi can happen within a samasa also. Whereas a samasa cannot happen within a sandhi. Sandhi can happen within a samasa. Like Devalaya is the example where sandhi happened within the samasa. Sandhi is sometimes optional, sometimes nitya at the end of the words. Suppose you have two different words in a sentence. Sandhi is optional. If the sandhi is in between prakriti and pratyaya, it is compulsory. It is in between a dhatu and an upasarga, it is compulsory. Whereas in a samasa, the words, if they have the possibility of a sandhi, the sandhi inside a samasa is compulsory. We have to do the sandhi. So this is given by this karika. Karika is a shloka. संहितैकपदे नित्या नित्या धातूपसर्गयोः नित्या समासे वाक्ये तु सा विवक्षामपेक्षते. Samhitaikapade nitya. In between a word, sandhi is mandatory. Sandhi is mandatory between a dhatu and an upasarga. Sandhi is mandatory inside a samasa. However, in a sentence, if there are two different words, sa vivaksham apekshate. Vivaksha is vaktum icha vivaksha. Vaktum icha vivaksha. Depending on the intent of the uh, speaker, whether he wants to tell that vivaksha. If he wants to do the sandhi, he will do it. Otherwise, he will not do it. So, vaktuhu vaktum icha vivaksha. संहितैकपदे नित्या नित्या धातुपसर्गयोः नित्या समासे वाक्ये तु सा विवक्षाम अपेक्षते. This is the karika that we have to remember. So how do we summarize now? Sandhi is a varnatmaka karya, samasa is a karya padatmaka karya. Sandhi occurs inside a samasa. Samasa cannot occur inside a sandhi. Sandhi can be vaikalpika, it can be nitya or optional or compulsory. It can be optional or compulsory depending on where the sandhi is happening, whether it is in between a word or it is between two words. So if you actually see, there are only two kinds of sandhis. One is all the sandhis which are occurring inside a word. Then the next sandhi is all the sandhis occurring between two words. We can actually classify the entire sandhi into two types: apadanta sandhi, padanta sandhi. Padanta sandhi is between two words. Apadanta sandhi is those sandhi which occurs inside a word. Now samasa sandhi is that which is occurring inside a word, because samasta pada is one word. When aneka padasya ekapadi bhavanam is happening, samasa is a single word. So these are some points that we learned with respect to sandhi and samasa. And now let us take some examples. Devalayaha. Now somebody comes and asks, Devasya alayaha. There also I can do sandhi, sir. Devasya alayaha. I think this question was there, had come. Devasya alayaha, devalayaha. Devasya plus alayaha. Can I make it as Savarna Dirgha Sandhi? Yes, you can make it. The Vivaksha is different. Here in Devasya alayaha, your Vivaksha, your intent of communication is not to make the samasa, but to make the sandhi between two words. Whereas in Devalaya, you are joining the two words that exist, Deva and Alaya, and trying to give Devalaya as a single word. And when that single word is coming, Deva and Alaya are, if they have the option of getting the sandhi done, their sandhi happens. Pitragya is also a similar thing. Pituragya. Pituhu Agnya, Pituragnya. This is a Sandhi. Manoharaha, Manasoharaha, Manasaha Haraha, Manoharaha. Now here in all the left hand side cases, we have a Samasa happening and a Sandhi happening inside them. In the right hand cases, we have only the Sandhi happening. So this is a case of a Vakya, Devasya Alayaha. It's a case of a Vakya which is being discussed. So I hope the concept of Sandhi and Samasa is clear. Some of the important points that we need to remember. A compound word cannot be written separately or pronounced separately. Suppose if it is Devalaya, you can't say Deva Alaya. You have to say Devalaya only. Prutak lekhanam va ucharanam va doshaya bhavati. Kramaha nishchitaha. Now Devalaya is there. Suddenly you will say Alaya Deva. Alaya Deva cannot be done in a samasa. But you cannot change the order of Purapada and Uttarapada in a samasa. The order is decided as per the rules of Paninian grammar. Madhye anyesham padanam yojanam va na karaniyam. Within a samasa, you can't add in between Deva and Alaya, you can't add another word. Now, let me explain this with the example. Now, let us take that example. Aham Devasya Alayam Gachami. So, this has got 4 words in this sentence. Aham Devasya Alayam Gachami. Devasya Alayam has Sandhi has occurred. It was optional to do the Sandhi because it was a Sandhi between 2 words. But we decided to do the Sandhi Devasya Alayam. We can do like that. Now, so I will decide not to do the Sandhi. Aham Devasya Alayam Gachami. This is how the sentence will be perfectly correct. Aham Alayam Devasya Gachami. I can redo this order in the Vakya. In Samskrita Bhasha, we can redo the orders just like how in poems and all it is done. Aham Alayasya Devam, Aham Alayam Devasya Gachami is also correct sentence. There is no change in the meaning. It is perfectly okay to do it. Devasya Aham Gachami Alayam. Perfectly okay to do this. Now coming to the other case. Aham Devalayam Gachami. Now Devalaya in this case is a Samastapada. It is a compound word, Samasa word. Aham Deva Alayam Gachami. Here red mark. This is not allowed. So either you have to tell the Vibhakti fully like Devasya Alayam. If you are making a Samasa, Devalaya is a single word. You can't split the word and use it. These are subtle concepts. Nobody will teach you these concepts. Very, very important concepts which you have to understand. Apadam na prayunjita. The rule in Sanskritam is we should not use anything that is not a word in a sentence. Anything that is not a full word cannot be used in the prayoga. Now, Deva Alaya, in the second word where there is a red mark, Deva is not a full word. It is a Pratipadika. It is only the Prakriti. The Pratyaya is not there. So, therefore, we are not supposed to use this. Apadam na prayunjita. Whereas in the first sentence, Aham Devalayam Gachami, Devalaya has become a single word and the Vibhakti Pratyaya is seen after the entire Devalaya word, which is the process of doing the Samasa. So, the first case, Aham Devalayam Gachami is a correct case. The second case, Aham Deva Alayam Gachami is incorrect. So, in a Samasa, we have to be very careful about the full word and where the Vibhakti Pratyaya is coming and how it is getting joined. Aham Alaya Devam Gachami. Now I will, just like how I interchange the order in the Vyasta Prayoga on the left hand side. Can I change the order now? Aham Devalayam, I will make it as Alaya Devam. This is not allowed because the meaning of the Samasa will change. Deva Aham Gachami Alayam. Now I will take the 2 components of the Samasa Devalaya and I will put 2 other words in between and say Deva and Alaya are Samasa. Aham Gachami is not Samasa. So they are placed like that. Can we place the words like this? First of all, Deva is not a word. It is only the Pratipadika. It is only the Prakriti. Apadam na prayunjita. We cannot use an apada, that which is not a pada. And we can't insert anything in between the samasa which is happening. The entire meaning will go for a toss. Samasa is meaning based. That is why these things cannot occur in a samasa. This is the difference we have to note in between Sandhi and Samasa. These are the secondary differences that we have to know. There are some primary differences which I told. These are some of the subtle differences that we have to understand. So what is the summarized understanding? Samasa is a pratipadika. Samastat padat eka eva vibhakti pratyaya. After the samasa, you have one vibhakti pratyaya. And vibhakti pratyaya occurs at the end of the compound word. Sitayaha patihi. Sita, Pati are the two words joining. Now, Sita and Pati, after the two words join, the Vibhakti Pratyaya is seen at the end of Sita Pati because it is a single word. It becomes a Pratipadika. So, to the Pratipadika, this becomes like Ikarant of Pullinga Sita Pati Shabdaha, Sita Patihi, Sita Pati, Sita Patayaha. That is how it becomes. Samasa takes place between two nouns. Subantayoho Madhya eva bhavati. Samasa takes place between two nouns only. Ragyaha Purushaha, Raja Purushaha, both are nouns. Royal person, a person belonging to the Samasaha Yugapad Dvayoho Madhye eva bhavati. Samasa can occur between two words at a time. Dvandve tu bahunam api. We will see this with examples also further. Raja Purusha Gamanam, Ragyaha Purushaha, Raja Rajapurushasya Agamanam, Rajapurusha Gamanam. So it is like a train bogie. So first engine is there, then another bogie is attached, then another bogie is attached. Like that it happens in most of the samasas except Dvandva Samasa, where simultaneously the different words can join together to form the samasa. We will learn Dvandva Samasa rule and other these samasa rules in the next topics.